beautiful. It's like a little garden. Crazy landslide. It's probably another piece of wood there.
Oh, yeah. Hylanema sponge down there in the stocked one.
Looks like a rose.
Doesn't it? Little red anthomastus with those individual anemones. Actually, that may not be Hylanema, the stock sponge. Maybe something else, but might be a small Sachycalyx or something like that. But oh yeah,
Huge sponge.
Walteria sponge on the right. Looks like a Bathypathes, a black coral, right, kind of coming towards the middle there. Yep, Walteria.
That looks pretty cool in cinema cam.
Yeah.
That's getting stills from the cinema cam as well right now, so you can see it's capturing.
Just gonna give you back starboard rail cam.
Okay, cool.
There you go.
Okay, let's do another 10 meters. Yeah, thanks.
Fish in the distance.
Might be able to reach it. I'll zoom in, please.
It can come down a little bit.
This is going to be a cusk eel. Yeah, we keep seeing this one, but I really don't know what it is. We've seen this on a number of other dives at these similar depths. Almost looks like Basocetus, but the eye is too large and too far forward. That's great. Thank you.
Please.
I have a really good screen capture of that one for fish video.
Excellent.
So we just got a question from Dr. Mina's oceanography class at North Winton High School for our ROV pilots. What is your favorite feature about the ROVs?
What's that?
Bubble camera.
I don't think I've ever been asked that question before. That's pretty cool.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Would you mind resending
Be careful,
the
you
DVL
might.
on that one? Yeah, thanks.
You might hurt Herc's feelings.
What's my favorite feature of the RVs?
The arm is pretty cool.
The arm's pretty fun. I do like doing manips quite a bit. I don't know, just the fact that I could go down here and see all these cool stuff. I mean, the overall picture is pretty neat. I really like the two-body system for the fact that the vehicle flies so well, because you're just not pulling around so much tether.
Yeah.
And to me, that Herc fly is just really good. It really flies really nicely because of that.
I like having a view of Herc from above.
Yeah.
Can we
I don't
zoom
know.
on this
There's
yellow
that-
one right here? Sorry, Josh.
We're just listing everything.
I don't think I can come up with a favorite. Yeah.
Mine is the arm, and we also have a camera that
I'll zoom in,
pans
please.
around and looks at things that usually isn't featured on the live feed, but it is called Bubble Cam, and it is very dear to my heart.
Bubble cam. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for both of your answers.
Yeah. The oldest camera on the vehicle.
I know.
There's a lot coming up here, Jeff.
Okay. Great. Thanks.
Yeah, come on, please.
Yeah, I've been so spoiled. I've never been in the van when we didn't have the WCAs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's more of that Trito sponge there.
So it looks like we got a question from one of our viewers for the science team. When you find a new species of anything, what is the process of naming it? Do you name it after yourself or some funny name like a lot of species have?
So the process of describing a new species is pretty comprehensive. You have to take your species, you have to compare it to everything else that's related, and you have to point out all of the differences to make sure that it is in fact new and different, and not just a slight variation of something else that's already been defined as a species. Yeah, it's a little furried sponge stock. When it comes to naming it, you usually don't have a choice about the genus. If you're just describing a new species and the genus is already existing, it would fit into an existing name. But that's not always the case. Sometimes people describe new families or new genera. Of course, most of the
Let's do
focus is
another
on
10.
species.
Yep.
So there's a sort of internationally agreed upon set of standards for naming a species, and one of the key rules is you cannot name a species after yourself. So if you see species named after people, it's not the person who they're named after described them. It's usually a pretty big honor for somebody who's been in a field for a while, and a species will be named after them. But yeah, oftentimes the species name is chosen just to be reflective of the new species, whatever is unique about it. Oftentimes new species names, in the past it's basically been Latin and Greek, but that has really changed, and I think it's great. Now new species from new areas are being given names that have local meaning based on local languages, and I think that's really quite appropriate.
Sure.
Yeah, so part of my job is to also develop cultural protocols to name a new species that we're going to, this is the first time we're ever going to do it in Palau, actually.
Wow,
That's super.
that's super exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Palm trees.
Oh wow, palm tree branch.
Yeah.
Whoa, so deep.
We always see this one in Nico Bay
Yeah.
and in the Rock Islands in general. Underwater. Probably coming from the Toby.
What's at the base of that
Yeah.
rock?
Yeah, island we are close by.
Port side. More port.
What do you see, Rye?
Just like the orange at the base
Oh,
of the
yeah.
rock there.
Can you zoom in, please? The octopus, maybe? Oh.
Nope.
What is
Or
that?
is it just rock?
Oh, it's just the discoloration.
Oh.
That's really different, though. I mean, everything else is really manganese crusted.
Does look like there might be a
And there's-
brachiopod on it.
Feels like a piece broke off there.
Yeah,
Somehow.
maybe.
ROV must have come earlier and stole a rock sample from here.
At some point, we do need to get a rock sample, but I haven't seen anything that's looked terribly promising.
Okay, well, come wide, please.
Also, Josh, we are soon approaching the 1,000 meters and we'll have to trigger Niskin number 1.
Niskin number 1 at 1,000, roger.
Do we want to put Adeline
Oh.
to more along though?
Can we check out that sponge down there? Bottom right?
Sure. Let's just... Why don't we do another 5? But let's do like a little bit more like up that way. I want to try and get over to this spot. Just 5 for now, and then we can always do another step in a sec.
So
Okay,
for
we'll
those
zoom in, please.
people online who are just joining us, we are diving on a seamount that is in the southwest islands of the nation of Palau. We are in their national marine sanctuary. That looks like a furriid of some kind, but it's not the one that we collected. And we are doing dives in this area for the first time.
Big cup.
At these depths, no one has ever explored or dove on these seamounts before. This particular seamount that we're diving on right now was first mapped earlier today, and it looks like a volcano. The top of it has a caldera or a basin in it, and one side of that has fallen away, collapsed, and so the top of this particular seamount is C-shaped. Let's definitely zoom on that right there. So the goal of us doing these dives in Palau's waters is to learn much more about the deep sea environments that they contain, and to assist the Palauan government with
Snapper.
their efforts to manage the
Zoom in, please.
sanctuary and understand the biodiversity contained within it. And that is just all dead sponge. Wow. There's one below it on the left, which is similar to the one we collected. We can zoom out.
Oh, come wide, please.
Looked like there was a large cave to the left also.
To the left?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take a look.
Might have been a trick of the depth of field, but
Oh, actually, let's zoom on this
What's
black
that?
coral here
There was
before we keep
something
going.
swimming.
Sorry, Josh, I just
It's okay.
saw it last minute.
Oh,
Oh,
what is that?
okay, that's it's a type of isopod. They're typically water column, and when they have very, very long legs, which they use to filter detritus out of the water column. And when they get scared, they tuck all their legs together, and they propel themselves backwards through the water column.
Okay, we'll zoom in, please.
Karen Osborne, who's at the Smithsonian, that's one of the groups that she specializes on.
Picniconid there, I think.
Oh yeah, right there. Any chance we have a bit more zoom, or are we all the way in?
We totally have more zoom.
All right, let's go for it.
That might actually be a squat lobster.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
There's been a lot of homolid crabs also.
Uh-huh. I can't tell which, but it is... I see spikes on its legs, so...
Yeah.
It's a crab.
Oreo.
Okay.
Okay, well, come away, please.
Oh yeah, that's a great picture.
I'm taking them.
Okay,
It might be Staropathes, but I'm not certain. Oh, and there's the Oreo fish right there.
Oh, look at that sponge.
Oh, that
Or
might be
maybe
a tunicate. That's
yeah,
a tunicate.
exactly. That's a tunicate.
I got some tunicates on the walls here.
I'm gonna
Very
turn on
big
one more set of lights on Atalanta.
Sure.
Just see if that makes it any better.
Is Atalanta too dark?
Too dark probably just because I only had 2 sets of lights on.
Okay, let me know if you want me to iris out.
That looks pretty good right now.
Okay, I'll try and slide over this way. That was a pretty cool rock, though.
Can we get a quick zoom on these corals here?
Hey, let's zoom in, please.
Great.
Okay,
Thank
come
you.
by. Okay, let's do another 10. Yeah, upslope, yeah. Or towards the waypoint.
Hey Max, does Rachel know that there's no video going through the science portal? There's no low latency video going to the folks.
Yeah, let's radio the data lab. Jeff, do we mean skip like the science chat? Yes. I don't know if you were listening to that, Jeff.
I couldn't hear it all.
May says to refresh the page, maybe wait a minute or 2, and hopefully it should come back up.
This is for our people ashore,
Okay.
not me.
Indeed. So I don't know if it's down for everyone.
Okay.
That's also, you know, one of the issues with the satellite system. You don't always have the best signal, right? So apologies for any viewers if the stream has been not super smooth also. Amanda, has there been any word in the chat about stream?
Wow. Can we check that out right there?
Sure. We'll zoom in, please.
Slightly different sponge. That's great, thank you.
Come live, please.
That's great.
Oreo.
Let's just zoom in real quick on this Victor Agorgia, just to check.
We'll zoom in, please. Push in some more.
Great, thank you.
Go, come live, please.
What do you see, Greta?
I'm not sure. Anemone or something?
Yell
It
out
looks-
next,
it
yell
It
out
looks
next
slightly
time.
different from the rest, that's why I pointed it out.
Still got a fair amount of tether left, so
Got a halosaur looking fish, bottom left.
Oh yeah, bottom left. That's gonna be maybe not a halosaur. His body was moving too much. Might be Little baby cutthroat eel. Where'd it go?
It's right above the coral.
I can see it. Thought I saw it.
Yep, it's right there.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, we'll zoom in, please.
Yep, this is a very small cutthroat eel. They do not like to stay still.
Why are they called cutthroat eels?
So
It'll come
they
with us.
have very narrow gill slits on the sides of their head, and it almost looks like somebody just kind of cut little holes in the side of their throat.
If you check out the Nautilus Lab Instagram story, you would know that fact.
Oh, with Jeff.
The Fish Facts with Jeff series.
That's fun.
All right, Jeff. I think we're very close to 1,000 meters.
Okay, time to trip a bottle.
Okay. I'll get out of
There's
my...
a lot of sediment in the water, right?
Yeah, I'll get out of my little sediment thing here.
Thank you.
Fish
Sediment?
Otherwise, it's gonna take double the time to filter the
Yeah.
water.
Had to do a fish hunting reverse thrust there for a sec.
Sediment does have DNA on it, though.
Oh yeah, they do.
Okay, 1,000, oh, 999,
Perfect.
999.99.6.
Do you want me to grab it?
Sure.
Okay. Okay. This is going to be for number 1.
Number 1.
Yep, number 1.
Okay.
So it's red. Oh, thank you, Ryan.
Hopefully retract
I
all
always
the
ask
way.
Josh, but it's you.
Yeah, I got retracted all the way.
Yeah, I just got an index way over here. Ooh. Sorry. Just index that differently. Okay, is everybody watching it?
Yep.
Yep.
Yep,
Yeah,
popped.
what? Oh. There. There you go.
Thank you.
Cool. So why aren't some of them balls and some of them hoops?
Because we broke a few of the balls off.
We saw it happen last night.
Yeah, so like, I don't really grab the balls because it's really easy to pull them off of the monofilament.
Can you just
Yeah,
rotate that a little
just
bit?
get out of the...
Just a little, 3D printing research and development.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Gives.
Okay, yeah, let's do 10 meters, please.
There's a very small fish right there. Can we zoom in on that? There it is.
God, that's small. Oh,
There it is.
Oh, zoom in.
it's one of those very
Nope.
common ones that.
Oh,
people
it
don't know
is. Okay, sorry. This is Cyclothone. This is the most abundant vertebrate genus on the planet. Sorry about that. I thought it was something else, and I thought it was closer to the rocks. Cyclothone is a fish that there's a handful of species, and they live all across the world's oceans from depths of about 200 to many thousands of meters down. And so there are billions and billions of them. And as you can see, they're very good at tricking me into thinking there's something else a little more exciting.
I like the seagull of the sea.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the
We
one.
literally, oh, there you go. We literally catch like 1,000 of those in a single trawl through the water column. Did you see that, Josh? I don't know if you...
Oh, sorry.
That guy right there.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Anthomastus.
Should be able to reach that.
I can come down a bit.
Okay, we'll zoom in, please. You can zoom some more if you got it.
What is this, Jeff? I'm not octocoral.
It's in the genus Anthomastus. It's as you can see from the 8 arms for each
octocoral.
polyp, it's an octocoral. Excuse me. I am not certain what species it would be. My guess is there's still a lot of these waiting to be described.
Is there a tiny skeleton shrimp in the top right corner on one of those branches?
You talking right there?
The
No.
branch above that, in like the center disc. It might not be
That,
it. Might be.
right there.
It's just
Yeah.
out of frame now.
Might be the tip of the arm,
Yeah, it
curled.
might be.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll come wide, please.
This says Antomastos tachinodus.
Okay. Thank you, Steve and Asako.
Max, they're saying the tapping in the mic is back.
Can you repeat that?
The tapping in the mic is back.
Did we lift up all this sediment, or was just like, no?
I don't know.
That's not us.
I'm wondering if this is coming down slope.
This is coming down slope.
Max, I don't think that was me.
Yeah. It's too much of it, and it's very, very fine. Let's get a good
Look at
zoom
that.
on this up here.
Oh my god.
Can you hear it now, Josh?
Do you see
I
these
cannot
often?
hear it. Do you want me to mute?
See which? Yeah, it's a tremendous amount of sediment coming down.
Right?
You'll zoom in, please.
Oh, wow. Can we get a little more zoom on the squat lobsters there?
Yeah.
Sure. Let's go for it.
Arms out, ready to defend. I was curious what was going to happen if both of these get close to one another. The one on the right definitely has bigger arms.
They seem to be cordial.
Yeah. That's great.
Okay, come
Thank
on,
you.
please.
Cusk eel on the right.
Oh, yeah. Let's go look at this one if we can.
I'll zoom in, please.
This is different than the last one. The tail is different. It doesn't have distinct rays. It's much lighter. I don't know which one this is.
It looks a lot like that one we saw a ton of on the east side of Palau.
Yeah, Diplocanthopoma. It's possible. If we have any more zoom on the head, looking at some of the spines on the operculum and things like that can be good characters.
Yeah, we do have a bit more zoom.
Okay, so I'm getting this position here. Okay, can do a bit more zoom. I'm touching the bottoms as close as I can get.
That's great. Thank you.
Okay, come by, please. Okay, we can do another 10 meters.
Yeah,
Don't forget if we see any good rocks, Jeff. We gotta find something.
Yeah, everything I'm looking at now just looks like it's all talus. I want to find like something big that's fractured that we can break something off of.
Can move on.
Yep. Very cool fish, though.
Very abundant.
Very abundant. So, Josh, this is a pretty massive rock outcrop here.
Yeah.
If we do see anything you think you can break off, I'm just seeing these fractures, that would be great. I don't see anything at this particular moment, but
Let's keep an eye out.
we need to keep an eye out for a chunk of rock that we can sample that isn't just a bunch of talus that's fallen down from far above.
Okay.
If you look at the Herc track, it looks like when you go up a mountain, right?
Switchbacks.
Yes. We have a lot coming up. Big corals coming up.
Oh, yeah. Just up and sort of up and center. Wow, look at this. Is this an urchin on the left-hand side, though?
Yeah.
Has incredibly long spines.
Oh, zoom in, please.
Yeah, that looks like a spitadiadema or something like that. A diadematid urchin.
Zoom in some more.
I see them much more frequently on sediment than on rocks like this.
Are they mobile? Can they walk on the spines?
They do.
Okay,
Yeah.
open wide, please.
Actually, they can move surprisingly fast. For an urchin.
Oh, interesting.
And do you think that such long spines, is they usually live in the sediment? It could be an adaptation of not just sinking?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Just doing there, right? Here's another anthomastus.
Yeah. There's also many shells that have spines, you know, convoluted, like the lambis, which is also a popular food in Palau. Manzel, correct me if I'm wrong. Which have these long spines that can also help to don't get buried in the sediment.
No, you're right.
And it's called sang, right, in Palawan?
Sang, yeah. And it's it's famous for the state of Irai, so it's like people from there, it's like a tease, they eat sang.
Let's go ahead and zoom on this big fan. Big primnoid.
Yeah, we'll zoom in, please.
So these are homolid crabs, and you can tell because they're all holding a piece of coral or something on their backs with their back legs. If we can zoom in on one of these.
So well, camouflage.
Please.
Yeah. The coral that this particular one is holding looks to be still alive. The polyps are out. Makes you wonder how it got a hold of it and how long it's been carrying it around.
Why do they carry the coral?
It's just intended to be camouflage. The piece that this one on the left has is
It works
not
so well,
nearly as
guys.
impressive.
It works so well. Just in the deep sea where it's so dark and nobody can see anything. They
Yeah.
can be camouflaged like that.
They
They're
can't
trying,
see me
okay?
behind this tiny little branch. Like,
But it's so true. These kinds of mechanisms would never work on a shallow coral reef, but down in the dark, where animals are really not sensing one another in these, distinct images. Oh, let's zoom on this pink one down here to the bottom.
Okay, well, come by, please.
These kinds of strategies do work.
I guess they will also excrete, how can I say, the different chemicals than the crab itself. And
Yep.
so that might confuse
Yeah.
predators. They use that as a
Right.
cue.
And the predator might simply bump into that. It's being held above the crab and go, oh, that's coral, and move on.
oh my god.
Because they're not actually seeing one another necessarily.
Okay, let's zoom in, please.
Not that silly after all.
Interesting.
We just didn't know any better.
Oh,
The
there was
sediment
something
is
interesting
really
on that. I
making
think
it hard.
it might have been a
to focus
glass
and
sponge,
everything.
but it was very
Okay.
spiky.
Oop, back up a little bit.
Just right there.
The thing that's making the shadow. Greta?
Okay, well, come by, please.
There were some... That one?
Oh, yeah, let's look at that sponge right there.
Such an easy place to look into that hole. Thank you, pilots. Also this.
Yeah, we've seen
sponges,
that a couple
yeah.
times.
Just watching
Yeah.
Hopper.
Yep. I have to come down and then tilt up, maybe.
There you go, they craft on a rock right now.
Okay, let's zoom in, please.
Is that an urchin?
Ah,
Or is it a sponge? Do we have any more zoom than that?
Yeah, we can push in if we got more.
urchin?
That's an urchin.
Urchin. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Let's zoom out.
Okay, we'll come wide.
Great, we can keep going.
Okay.
Oh, actually, let's look at this whip here real quickly.
I'll zoom in, please.
If we can get any more zoom on the very end of one of these, I know they're moving around and it's very hard.
We are full zoom.
That's full zoom? Okay, thank you. Our coral taxonomists have no idea what this is, so I'm guessing we probably are going to collect one of these. Yep, let's collect the end of this coral.
Okay,
Put it in a slurp chamber.
let's come wide, please.
There is also a request to zoom in on the base of it, but maybe we do that after we collect a piece of it, because it looks like we'll probably have to get a little closer there. We're staying here.
Want me to grab it?
Bit of a moving sample.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be challenging.
Should be fun.
Do you want me to grab the arm?
Yeah, want to go for it, or it'll hopefully not move around as much.
Data, which sample jar is open?
I gotta go to 2, I think.
Yeah, 2 is open.
Okay. You want to get us onto 2?
Yep. Okay.
Sounds good. Okay.
Oh, a jelly?
Yep. Almost couldn't see it.
Very transparent.
It's gonna be-
Oh,
We might have to
wow.
retract just because it's quite close to us.
You could always just leave the jaws open and wait for it to come to you, I suppose.
That's a great idea. Yeah, that's a good side for the... So you can see an upper, like it's not where it looks like it is. Here we go. Maybe. Here, I'm gonna... Yeah, I just don't want to hit the camera. There we go. Let's see if any of this is in there. I do have it. How much do we want? Like that much?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. And, oop.
Ooh.
Here, I gotta turn my, maybe grip force up. said here? How do I do that?
Hit grip force.
Oh.
That button there, grip force.
Yeah,
And
okay.
then pick 9.
Okay.
Yep.
And it'll just...
Yep, it'll just do it.
Okay. Perfect. I'm gonna move a bit.
Stop.
Yeah, it's definitely on the shears, so... Got any ideas here?
I don't know,
Just
you
keep
might have to
trying.
gently just kind of tug on it a little bit.
That's pretty much tugging on it.
There it
So-
goes.
There we go.
Got it.
Nice. All right. Do we have a nice little tail there?
Yeah, there's a bit of a tail.
Okay. Okay.
Is it possible to get a zoom before we slurp
Yeah.
it?
Let's do that. Okay. Yeah, go for zoom.
Nice.
Do you want to see
Huh.
more of the tail?
Yeah.
Like
And then
there.
after we get it in the slurp, we're
There
going to
you
want
go.
to zoom in on the base of the coral too.
Okay.
It's just all the polyps are all closed up, so it's really hard to see what we got here.
Yeah. Okay, is that good enough?
Yes, thank
Okay,
you.
go wide. Okay.
Might have to zoom in on that one a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, can we do a partial zoom video? If you get it in there. As much as we can. Oh,
Yeah, I think
nice.
it's in there.
Okay. I'm gonna let go.
Okay.
There we go. I didn't see it. So I'm gonna grab the slurp and
I have not seen it go into the jar.
Yeah.
pull it around a bit. Yeah.
Fish.
Wonder if it's
Not
stuck on
sorry,
that
it's not
sponge.
there.
Okay.
I don't think that one would get stuck, so.
No. Maybe stop the section. Just see if it
If it drops down.
drops. Yeah. Go wide video. Let's just see if we can see it in the tube in here. I do not. Try rotating the jars like last time.
Yeah. It seemed to be pushing water through, but.
Oh, was that it, or was that the sponge?
Oh, that was the other one.
I wonder if it's just floating.
Could be stuck to the filter.
Shooting star.
Like if
Yeah.
we rotate it all the way to the other side, can we see it maybe on the back side of the jar?
I could look with the HD actually, just to get a better look. Rotate it back. Oh, we're moving
Oh,
here.
I
Are you
think
moving us?
Shouldn't be. I'm not really.
I don't really. Yeah.
Yeah, you had lots of tether. I don't know what that was.
Is it in there? Do we?
I don't. It's on chamber. What chamber is it on right now?
It's 2, so it's the one. Yeah, well, you can see 3, but it's the one right. Yeah, it's right in the kind of dead center. I see something kind of stringy up there.
Yeah,
Do you?
On the filter.
can't tell if that's just the light.
Can we zoom from here?
Yeah, except I can't tilt up anymore, so it's just gonna go
so
out.
it's just gonna go out of
frame.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can bump the zoom just like, boop. That might have been.
You can try and. Let me try and rotate it again, maybe.
Suction is off now.
It's off. Yeah.
Huh.
No, that's not.
Can't see anything in there.
Yeah.
Let me try and run it again. Oops.
What? Something
Oops.
came into 3?
Yeah, sorry, I went on 3 there.
You know, I wonder if there's a piece of that sponge that's stuck in there and this coral is just jammed into it.
Maybe.
I just don't, I'm trying to figure out why it would have gotten stuck.
Yeah, because it seemed just to be right.
It's
Yeah,
very
it was just,
flexible.
like, really.
Very
Yeah.
thin. And it went in so well.
Yeah, not sure. Not sure if it'd be stuck up on the, if it got kind of caught up on the filter like immediately, or it just didn't come through. It's hard to tell.
Okay. I don't think there's anything else we can do. So let's get a zoom on the base of the coral.
Okay, let's, let me just extend out. Okay, we'll zoom in, please.
That also looks like a skeleton shrimp on the base.
Yeah, that does. I see what you're talking about. Okay, can we kind of tilt down a little bit so that we can get a little more detail of the stock there?
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I don't understand how whip corals work. Like, I understand how a fan coral is a really good adaptation, but it just doesn't seem like it would catch very much.
I think there's probably a trade-off with the water resistance, where a whip coral can kind of, in very high current, just sort of bend with the current. The big fans may take more stress, which could result in breaking of branches, perhaps. But they're right next to one another, and they both seem to work. So, yeah, I'm not saying it's an explanation.
Something swimming in the water column there.
Okay, I think we can do another 10 meters.
Bridge nav, can we do 10 meters bearing 199? Thank you.
Oh, sorry, wrong camera. There you go.
Tiny fish left. Like, literally disappeared. I don't even know where it went.
Metallogorgia coral. That looks like a little bit different rock there.
Is it the rock or so just something on top?
Yeah, I think there's something growing on top of it, like that other orange material we saw. More of the branch sponges, lots of primnoid corals. Pretty impressive boulder terrain.
Give you like a half zoom there.
Yeah, this looks like Calyptrophora.
Look like a brachiopod right next to it.
Okay, come wide, please.
Hey Josh, can we take a look at this over here?
Yeah, I just caught that in my eye too as I was about to hand over. I'm like, I want to go look at that.
Yeah. Don't really want to go off watch, actually.
This is really cool. The boulders are amazing. Okay, let's zoom in, please.
So more of, we got a little Iridogorgia there, more of that really interesting, maybe Farreid-like sponge, and then yeah, if we can zoom on this coral, primnode of some kind.
I just have to come down a little bit here. It's right at the very end of my tether. Okay, come wide and I'll pass it over.
So
Hello, hello.
Hello, 12 to 4.
Hello, hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's the best watch of the day. Not that we're biased.
It's the only one with the nudibranch.
That's true. Should get you on camera here in a second.
No.
Oh, that's what happens when you wear it.
Yep.
Yeah, at least I'm not cold.
It's a little too warm in here right now.
It is warm in here.
Yeah, I've just cranked down the temperature.
Warm? Cold? Huh?
It's
Yeah,
too,
Jake's
it's
like
too warm.
temperature.
Jake's like, I'm in my t-shirt. It's all good.
In shorts.
And shorts.
And Crocs.
People aren't complaining about it being cold. It's too warm.
That's true.
That's how I tell. My systems are good.
If they're like, oh yeah, my watch is great.
I'm like, wrong.
Oh yeah, I need to go sit in the sun for half an hour to de-thaw.
Sorry, back row.
No. As we get settled in here, Megan, can I just ask you for range to waypoint 2?
Oh, sure. It looks like we've got 125 meters to waypoint 2.
Roger that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think that's going to be our first order of priority to make some headway up that.
Okay.
I'm ready for a move.
All right, do you want to do short moves or 20-meter move?
Call it a 20-meter move, see what happens.
All right.
Do you think we could get a rock somewhere near the base?
Yeah, if we see some.
If we see something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can keep our eyes out for something breakable.
So Jeff so far didn't get a rock because they're all like pieces of
They're all
gravel.
crumbled,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
There's not like an easy outcrop to break. Yeah, okay.
But we'll keep our eyes peeled.
Yeah, it looks like a big landslide. Also, from the bathymetry map, that's what we were expecting. So
Yeah, I'm just very, very curious. What we'll find here at the top.
me too. I really cannot wait to reach that waypoint too.
Can we do intros just so I can check everyone's volume?
All right.
We have
Good morning. So we'll start with me. I am Dodok Kichocho. I am the SCF of this watch. And to my right is...
Good morning, everyone. Ali, Daniel Wagner, expedition leader for this expedition and watch lead for the 12-4.
Hey there again, I'm still here. My name is Greta Sartori. I'm a researcher from the Palau International Coral Reef Center. I'm in science seat number 2 tonight, and I usually take care of the eDNA sampling for monitoring the PNMS.
Hello everyone,
Push
good
in there.
evening, good morning, Ali. My name is May Lubekin, and I'm the data logger on this watch and the science manager on the ship.
And in your fantastic front row, this is Megan Putz sitting in the nav seat.
Next to the nudibranch is Jake Bonney in the Herc seat.
And next to the bus driver is Sarah Sargent in the Atalanta seat.
I don't have a nickname for you. And next to the other bus driver, Aaron Rainey and video engineer. See?
All right, and welcome to the 12-4. How is the audio sounding like?
Good. You're just a tad quiet still. Could you move?
Still kind of quiet?
Yeah,
A little bit
I don't
like
know what
that.
it is. You're definitely better than before we switched the mics.
Yeah.
You're just a very soothing, quiet voice.
All right, that's great.
Can you come on, Aaron?
Okay, will do.
Thanks.
972. I can feel the temperature dropping.
Good.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
No one wants to see me denude rank.
We should buy at the back row and you those like down suits that you can buy. You know, they're like a down sleeping bag, but a onesie.
Yeah. That sounds nice.
Yeah.
This would be the only place I would use it. Unless I like visit you in like Alaska with the bears.
I've asked Noel, OET science coordinator, to get a data logger blanket on the budget for next year. So.
Get a nice big down one.
Yeah, as we settle in here, just big shout out to our deck and ROV team that made all this possible. Hopefully all of them are, or most of them are sleeping now. They worked tirelessly throughout the afternoon and early evening to fix an issue with our crane that made all this possible. And yeah, we were all very excited when we, for the first time, mapped this feature in the morning and afternoon. It's an unusual looking seamount, more of a half moon shape that looks like a caldera that is slumped over and has this perfect half moon shape. And we are on the open end of that half moon and climbing up. There is a topographical high point in the middle of the caldera, if you will, and that's about 150 meters away from us. And then moving on from there, about 1.5 kilometers, there is the rim, the outer rim, which is this very, very razor sharp edge. So we'll intrigued what we find. This was all volcanic, but we don't know how long ago. So that's, yeah, the reason for trying to find a rock sample. So we'll look for a rock in place that is somewhat angular, something that we can hopefully differentiate as not something that crumbled down or fell. So look for something that is somewhat in place and could be broken off.
Maybe this is just a very big boulder
Yeah.
that broke off. Who knows?
Yeah.
Sea cucumber?
But it doesn't look volcanic to me, like this rock.
Nope. Pretty much everything, all of the rocks we've collected so far on this expedition, not the previous one, but have not been basalt or volcanic. All been sedimentary rocks. Yeah, this looks like it could be a candidate, but it kind of looks like the whole thing just slid down slope,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Maybe, well, we have some rubble here.
Yeah, maybe a quick snap zoom there on that.
That's just coral rubble, right? I've seen so much coral rubble.
Is this, Greta, did you guys see this on this last watch too, or no?
No, we haven't seen any rubble so far.
Oh.
On, oh. Oh. Oh no, that's a sea star. Just below.
Some brachiopods.
Yeah.
Max would be very happy right now.
He dreams of brachiopods.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yep.
The very first time I had a brachiopod in a sample, I was super confused. I was like, it's not a clam, but it's a clam. What is this thing?
It's a big sponge.
Yeah. Can we get a quick zoom on that too?
Sure thing. Push in there.
Yep.
Just want to see the texture. Is it squishy?
We can get into texture.
Oh man, that's a really weird texture. It looks like it could be squishy or crunchy. Unsure. Going with crunchy though. Thanks.
Come on.
Yep.
There's a lot of this madreporial rubble. I'm like really looking forward to seeing some like big live reef mounds. We've seen some little ones on the previous seamounts, but
What do we say? Are we getting an octopus at the top of this one?
or the sharks, we're gonna see some sharks.
Sharks.
Yeah, Pacific sleeper shark, right? Manifest.
Manifesting it.
I know they're here. We've seen them.
And then a sperm whale during the blue water.
Oh yeah.
Manifesting that.
Hunting a giant squid.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, let's not be greedy.
But how do you say shark in Palawan?
So shark, they say adeng. Interesting about Palawan, the CH has this sound of so we spell adeng with CHEDENG, so it's adeng. Yeah. We have a couple stories in Palawan about sharks.
Oreo.
Oreos.
Are the stories like tales you'd hear growing up?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Kind of a couple of tales. Kind of. It's just the problem is I don't really know the parts that's in English, because there's a story about the maybe liver. I think it's a story about a old man that was with his family, and he wasn't supposed to eat the liver of the shark.
Mm-hmm.
And this family kept feeding it to him, and this old man was blind. And then I believe he was talking, or there was some magic involved, and he got his sights back. I think it was through smoke.
Oh, wow.
He got his sights back, and he was able to see how the family was treating him, which was pretty poorly. And it came to a saying like, which is the liver of a shark, like a saying, kind of, I would say, like a lesson, like, you know.
So would you say that phrase to people ever?
Yeah. So, it's like when you're surprised by something, you can kind of say, like, is this the way it's been, you know, like, yeah. Sorry, the story is not from my island, so I'm very not too.
May, how are these rocks looking?
These look more in place, but I haven't.
Hard to bring a
Yeah, they
piece
look
from
like
it.
there's nowhere to grab on. But maybe around here.
Yeah, it's just wonderful to see all the different cameras and get a sense for the scale of the terrain here.
Those are Ritogorgia.
Oh,
You
nice.
do have a ledge just above you to port.
Well, Doc, would that saying be typically used for like something that hasn't been good? Like if you say, is this how it's always been? It's more referring to like it hasn't been good. Or if I,
Is
or
this
is the are we to say, is this how it's always been here, like in the environment? Would that work or?
It's more of like,
can we do a quick zoom here?
yeah, so maybe kind of like, let's say that you've been telling me that you've been doing this one way when you should have done it the right way.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of.
Definitely black coral. Yeah, Tina here. Thank you.
Chrysopathes.
Thanks, Tina. Great to see you and all these familiar faces here on our chat and also some new folks. Thanks so much for joining us. That's great.
Really nice zoom. And thank you for sharing that story. It was super interesting.
Yeah, I wish I kind of, it's just, you know, one of those stories that we heard and...
Okay, come on.
Yep. Yeah, thank you for sharing that.
Yep.
It's nice to know there's like, I feel like behind every saying there's some kind of story. And sometimes we don't know the stories of the sayings we use all the time.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
It's nice to hear stories from around here.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for digging out of me.
I'm looking at edges of the rock, trying to imagine if we can break any of them.
I don't know.
Yeah. I also imagine it being just like manganese crusted sediment, basically, but
Yeah, the texture is off for being basalt. So like it could be breakable.
yeah, it's hard to tell.
I see Jake has a very different style of piloting the ROV compared to Josh.
Everybody has their own style.
Yeah.
I'm curious about the difference.
Look at this truck going uphill like a road on a mountain.
Oh yeah.
And then Jake is just going straight to waypoint 2.
Yeah, but I feel like Jake has mentioned before that he's always curious what's just off to the left and to the right. I think he wants to look to the left and right,
Yeah.
but we're trying to make headway, so he's a little bit stuck between worlds. But I don't know, Jake, what do you think?
Zooming and zooming.
Just driving the bus.
Zooming
Just
and
driving
zooming.
the bus. If you
Doing what I'm told, I have to go to waypoint 2, I get that.
if you could go up the seamount in any way you wanted, what kind of pattern would you go up it, Jake?
Spiral.
Spiral.
Just going right
Yeah.
on up.
That's a good
Yeah.
good response.
We did do that though.
I know. It was quite fun.
Yeah, that's why Jake was inspired to spiral.
Yeah, for this dive, we have currently allocated another 10 hours and a little bit of change of bottom time. So we'll try to recover at 11 o'clock local time here in Palau, unless, of course, there's something absolutely spectacular.
See spider.
Yeah, pycnogonid. Let's maybe take a quick zoom on that, Jake, if we can.
Yep. You can push in there.
We do like looking at these. They're just wonderfully creepy.
I really like these ones. Ooh.
Next to dead chrysopathes.
There's some demosponges as well on the rocks. All those encrusting sponges.
And a beautiful brachiopod, brachiopod down there.
Nice.
Now, what does this eat?
They eat cnidarians, so anemones and corals. They just like kind of suck out the insides. They have that long proboscis.
They are creepy.
Yeah. And those short arms underneath the body, those are the reproductive structures. So they like clasp onto their mate.
Yeah, Nautilus made a little bit of history about 2 years ago when we were the first ones to capture on video a pair of these giant sea spiders mating. Something that was captured on video, but then someone much later on watching the YouTube realized what we were looking at.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, they said they thought there was it was one, right? But it was
Maybe.
actually two.
What about one of these rocks? Like trying to grab the edge
Yeah,
of
yeah.
I feel like
You
they're like,
mean
That one.
that?
yeah, like that one, yeah. Or like the little ledge to the left of it.
Yeah, good eye, May. I think that actually might be.
We have here someone that knows rocks very
We'll see
well.
how solidified it is, yeah.
It's kind of like a little pedestal, so if any, it should break
Breakable,
off, right?
yeah.
Yeah, but that story of the sea spider was one of my favorite. Later on, there's still discoveries made with the video.
Oh yeah, all the time.
So how
We
do
can
they
see
mate?
something in the moment.
Just okay, I guess, not too different from how everything else does. It's just like I can visualize that with these weird structures.
Oh, look at that.
Nice.
Right off.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's definitely sedimentary. Yeah, we can go maybe in the starboard side, if it's okay.
Sure.
Can we get a zoom on the rock first?
Yep. I can look at it.
Yeah.
Got lots of little bits.
Yeah. Be lots to pull off.
Is that a sponge? That's
Yeah, it's an encrusting demosponge. Oh, and there's that brachiopod, so now
Nice.
Max can, dream of them.
Okay.
Cool.
Come on.
What does this look like, May?
I think it's probably like a limestone or some kind of like siliclastic rock of some sort.
Get a switch over.
Switch in?
so interestingly. Somebody went and found the story.
So we have in the starboard box, the F is occupied, so you can go in
Any of the other small?
any of the small ones if you think it'll fit.
Good. Yeah. I think it'll fit.
I want to hear the story now. The full version.
Oh yeah, they said they found the story. The saying is, "This liver is shark." Now I see how you fooled, tricked, or misled me. So yeah, so
Oh yeah.
that sounds a lot more. It's hard for me to translate it into English, but thank you to our viewer for getting that for us. And I'm gonna excuse myself because I have the, yeah, I'll be back after 30
All
minutes.
right, closing.
Sounds good.
And I am
What's the
Box
sample
A.
number?
Great.
coming.
Sample is 68.
Okay.
A little
And
bit.
can we get a zoom on where you collected the rock, like the
Uh-huh.
little spot?
All right, going back.
All right, you can push in there. And
Cool. Thanks so much.
all right, come back wide. Come up a bit.
Yeah, my intervals are back at 20, but
Yeah, that's pretty close to that wall.
yeah.
Got a lot of primnoids, some mushroom corals, some black corals.
So you call this one mushroom coral? It's the one that we saw earlier, but it had the tentacles retracted.
Correct, yeah, and they look very, very peculiar when they're all closed up.
We also have mushroom corals in the shallows, but
Yeah.
they look very different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing about common names. A common name could refer to many different animals. Or you could have multiple common names for the same animal. Ah, look at all these crinoids.
Yeah. Yeah, very beautiful.
I'm excited for people to be able to look at the samples that we collected on this cruise. I think it's going to be really exciting. There's been so many really nice collections and new observations.
Yeah, absolutely, and a big shout out to our science intern on both of these Palau expedition, Lipus Voyage 1 and 2. So we've had extraordinary, I think, science interns with Ayla and then Quinlan. Really, it's been a privilege and a pleasure to have them out here on the ship. And yeah, a lot of primnoids. Yeah, it's interesting now that we've done maybe 4 or so dives at this kind of depth range, at 1,000 to 700 meters, that kind of depth range. So do see a lot of kind of common species. Looks like another big colony of the Trissopathes.
Yeah, it's a really nice one.
Yeah, that association of that yellow crinoid with that glass sponge. I remember one of the dives that was the dominant combination.
Oh yeah, like every single one of the glass sponges had like a yellow crinoid on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see like which animal's gonna be the dominant one on each seamount. It's always different.
Yeah.
And it'd be really interesting to see how that compares to what Brian was talking about in his talk today, about how different sides of the seamounts seem to host different assemblages of animals, and that could be based on what the conditions are like around on the different sides of the seamount.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's such a rare thing to have a good characterization of one seamount. There's over 30,000 in the world, and most of them have never been sampled, and then a few have been surveyed. Yeah, let's take a look at this fish.
That looks like a Diplocanthropoma. This is a bifidid. Right? No, I'm looking at the lateral line. Maybe it's just an Ophidian. Yeah. It got me with its head shape, but the lateral line doesn't, it sort of zigzag.
Okay, come on. Oreo,
Oh.
photobomb.
Yep. They're like, oh, hey.
Don't forget about me.
Yep. They're just so cute.
I
Look
see
at
a
urchin. Spiky.
We already saw one that looked very similar in the previous watch.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, that's
Maybe you had much, sort of a longer spines, but
Push in there.
Oh, that's interesting. I thought, yeah, I'm not sure. Kind of looks like a pencil urchin, but I've never seen one that looks quite like this. And I love how like long those little 2 feet are. Because at first I was like, oh, Cetopodina, but it's a little bit different. Still could, yeah, it still could be a Cetopodina.
Cedaroid?
Sedarid?
That's what Steve says.
Yeah. It's just sort of more of a compressed body. It looks more oval. It's cool. I like it.
That's great. Thanks.
All right, come back, bud.
oh, another sea spider.
Yeah, there've been a lot of sea spiders.
Hit the bumper bar.
Oh, piece of coral. What's going on here?
There are a lot of rocks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really on the other camera. It's really. So we're about to come across a large yellow sea fan. And there might be, yeah, interest. A quick look at that guy, that coral.
Sure. Push in there.
Oh, there's a carrier crab on there. What's it carrying? Oh, it's got a piece of hydrozoan.
Oh.
Oh, this one has that, weren't we trying to collect solenogastries and aplacophorans?
We were.
There is one on that branch.
Oh. I can't remember if that was for Emily or it was for one of our scientists ashore.
Yeah, you see that little sort of coily noodle?
Coily noodle.
Yeah, it's up
It's
off the
frame.
screen.
Top right, it's off frame now. Oh, come on.
Yeah, these animals are
Oh, I see.
coral predators, and so you'll see them wrapped around corals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Emily who requested them, if I remember.
Yeah, I think if we were to be able to clip right there at the base.
Yeah.
This is kind of a strange position to collect.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we're not set up to do so, we shouldn't, but...
That's Jake's call.
Can you come on for a second?
We're kind of on this weird boulder. Though I have a feeling we'll probably see some more if we do coral zooms.
I'm stable here. I got the brow bar perched up against the rock up there.
Okay.
Just barely.